Good morning, all. Depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, I'm going to be showing you news of 2 new Japanese sets and some new GXs. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Japan has gone a little bit nuts with news this evening. The lovely folks over at PokeBeach.com have seen fit to share this news with us. So I thought, as I tend to do, I would give you my take on it and tell you everything we know about it. Now, starting off, there are 2 mini sets coming in Japan, and I'm very quick to tell you when I'm correct about predictions, so it's only fair that I point out now that I was wrong about a particular prediction, because Japan's been doing 2 mini sets for a little while now. We had Dragonstorm coming with Champion Road, and then we had Fairy Rise coming with Thunderclap Spark. And I said, well, you know, Dragon and Fairy, they're special types. They're probably the only 2 extra mini sets we'll get. Remember that in Japan, you get a mini set and a main set, and they are mashed together into the main sets outside of Japan. But I've said, well, they had one separate Japan set, which we know is coming out now as Dragon Majesty. And we're getting a little Fairy mini set. And again, I don't know how that's coming out over here, but I feel very confident it will be releasing as a mini set. Well, they're at it again, ladies and gentlemen, because there are 2 mini sets coming out between Sun and Moon 8 and Sun and Moon 9 in Japan. One of which will be its own mini set, and the other one of which will be in our Sun and Moon 9 set, which will be our February set, if I'm counting correctly. So yes, I am aware that I am currently bringing you news of a set in June, which is going to be releasing in February. So starting off then, we have Dark Order, which is going to be Japan's mini set coming out in October. Now, this basically means that Japan is carrying on a set or a mini set every single month. For somebody like me that has a YouTube channel analysing these new cards, yay! But it means there's a lot of cards coming. Given that Dragon Majesty is going to be a mini set in and of itself, it really does look like the type-specific sets are going to be mini sets, whereas the other ones are going to be brought into our main sets. And clearly, it's about Darkness-type Pokemon. Absol, Darkness-type. Incineroar, Darkness-type. Hooper, Darkness type. And if we look at the advert here, 52 cards plus secret rares. It's coming out on the 5th of October. And that's about all we know, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's clearly a Darkness focused set. Then you jump forward into November, and we get GX Ultra Shiny. And it's going to feature 150 cards. That, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely ridiculous. Over in Japan, they don't have sets that are this large. It just doesn't happen. Sun and Moon 6, 94 cards. Sun and Moon 7, 96 cards. Sun and Moon 8, 95 cards. The Sun and Moon sets in Japan have 95 odd cards, not 150. Yowza. Now, it is a little bit different, and PokeBeach do give us some extra little details about this. Each booster pack is going to come with 10 cards. 4 of them are going to be holo. They usually get 5-card packs. And one of the 4 will be guaranteed to be a Pokemon GX. That's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it also costs 500 yen rather than the usual 150, so you're paying almost 4 times as much as a regular booster pack, about 3 times as much. But you get 4 holos, and you get a guaranteed GX. So yeah, I mean, if we look at the pack here, Buzzwole, Zoroark, Zygarde. However, it's almost certainly going to be a reprint set. Now, we have no news that it is a reprint set. It may not be a reprint set, but as far as I'm concerned at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, it very much seems like a reprint set. We've had Zygarde GX, we've had Zoroark GX, and we've had Buzzwole GX. And they're the ones that are there on the front. Now, I suppose we could be getting second GXs of them, but I just don't think that's particularly likely, if I'm honest with you. Plus, a giant set like this, 150 cards, which, as I've said, really is unusual. It would make perfect sense if this was a reprint set, because then they wouldn't have to design and release so many cards. The other thing to remember is, say this wasn't a reprint set. Say there were 150 new cards. This is almost certainly the one which is going to be part of our Sun and Moon 9 set. So bearing all of that in mind, do you really think there's going to be a new 150 card set going along with Sun and Moon 9, which should have about 95 cards in? I do not think that's likely, ladies and gentlemen. I would be incredibly surprised if that was the case. No guarantee, but I think it's safe to assume at this stage that this will be a reprint set, and you might get a few new ones in here, but this really does remind me of the Best of X and Y set they had over in Japan, which was reprints and it was expensive, and you got, I think, a GX in every pack, etc., etc. I really do think that's on the cards. Hey, I could be wrong. You never know. And that's not all the news that we've got this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no. We are getting, or at least I should say Japan is getting, Eeveelution GX starter sets. Although they're not called Eeveelution GX starter sets, because Eeveelution isn't actually an official Pokemon term. And as you can see from the pictures, there are 3 of them available. Joltoen GX, Vaporeon GX, and Flareon GX. A little while ago, I did a video of Pokemon that deserve a GX, and these ones were very high up on the list because we've had the other Eeveelutions. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. We've had Espeon and Umbreon. We've had Leafeon and Glaceon. We've had Sylveon. But we haven't had Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon. Now, each of these comes with 2 GXs, and, you know, maybe you get 2 copies of each. But no, there is a further product, ladies and gentlemen. A Jolteon GX and Eevee GX set, which specifically says it contains Eevee GX. Now, first of all, that means 4 new GXs coming out. No idea how we'll get these, maybe in a set, maybe as promos. More likely to be as promos, I would say. But also, Eevee GX. Now, we did have Pikachu GX a while ago, by which I mean Japan had Pikachu GX. We very much have not got that, and at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start assuming we never will. But that didn't evolve into anything, because Raichu evolves from Pikachu. And Pikachu GX have different names. You cannot evolve a Pikachu GX into a Raichu. Now, this really brings up some questions here. Firstly, well, hang on a second. Eevee GX is going to give up 2 prizes. It's a GX. Are we really going to get an Eevee with, I don't know, somewhere around 100 HP and a weakness to Buzzwole that gives up 2 prizes? That's going to be ridiculous, because it will have a weakness to Buzzwole. It's going to have a weakness to fighting. So that in and of itself is a little bit of a problem. But we then get faced with the question, what are the evolution rules going to be? Are Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon GX only going to be able to evolve from Eevee GX? Or is Eevee GX going to have a ruling whereby it can evolve into regular Vaporeon or Vaporeon GX, etc.? Or are the Eeveelution GXs going to have a special ruling that they can evolve from Eevee GX or from regular Eevee? Because let's not forget, we got the Sun and Moon Eevee, which is brilliant. We need to know what the rules of evolution are here, because Eevee and Eevee GX are not the same. Although it is safe to assume that the 4 Eeveelution GXs we've had so far will be able to evolve from Eevee GX. This gives me a whole bunch of questions. How are they going to be released? I'm not too worried about, almost certainly promos. But in terms of, can Eevee GX evolve into non-GXs, and can the GXs evolve from non-GX Eevee? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a big, big question to which I don't have the answer, although I am already terrified at the thought of an Eevee GX gives up 2 prizes, weak to Buzzwole. So there's a lot of good news coming out this evening. I wish I'd seen it before I uploaded my last video. Don't really have time to be doing 3 videos a day at the moment, but this news was so good and so exciting and so awesome, I had to bring it to you immediately, even though I've already done my 2 videos for the day and I'm a very tired wassy, what with the whole 4-week-old child. But hey ho. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you. Are you excited about these? And how do you think they're going to work? How do you think these mini sets are going to be released, etc.? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus pods, etc., head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do just that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.